It's official. Beyonce has her own concert documentary style movie called, I think it's called Renaissance. It's coming to AMC Theatres starting December 1st. Now, of course, you guys remember just a number of weeks ago, they announced that Taylor Swift was going to have her Eras tour filmed. It was filmed and it was going to play in theaters. And all of a sudden, all the movie theaters sold out. I mean, this thing's going to make over $100 million on its opening weekend. A concert film. And the discussion then came up quickly. A lot of people wrote in and asked questions, good questions about, hey, if this can be a new thing, inexpensive thing that theaters can take, put in their theaters and have the audiences come, buy tickets, buy concession stands, do you think this will be a new trend? To which I always say, the problem with that is there's only one Taylor Swift. I don't know that there's many artists out there that could sell out $100 million in movie theater tickets. And I would always say, with maybe the exception of Beyonce. She might be the only other one who could come close to that. Now, just for the record, I think Beyonce is better than Taylor Swift. I think Beyonce, all due respect to all the Madonna fans out there, I think Beyonce is the greatest solo female artist of all time. That's just me. I think there's a lot of good arguments to be had about that, about other artists for sure, from different eras as well. But I personally think she is like show business personified. Everything about her is magnetic. I mean, she's just incredible. I don't think she can sell the same amount of tickets that Taylor Swift did, but if anybody else can come close, I think it's her. Now, it's interesting. I was reading the story, and this Renaissance movie is going to be a little bit different than the Eras film that's playing, because the Eras film is basically one concert that was played at SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles. Beyonce's Renaissance is like a documentary film covering her whole tour from the first show to the last show that they played in AMC Theatres' home city, actually Kansas, and that whole thing in between. So I'm sure 90% of it is going to be concert footage, but there's going to be a little bit more of a documentary style thing in there. Rob, I think I think if anybody else can do this Taylor Swift thing, it's Beyonce. She's the one that can maybe pull it off. I don't know if there's anybody else that really can. Do you think that this can sell as many tickets as, say, Taylor Swift has? Do you think that if this is successful, that maybe, other producers start going, well, let's talk to Bad Bunny, or let's make one about U2's residency at the new MGM Sphere in Vegas that the whole world is blowing up about? I mean, I don't know. What do you think about this? Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of this video, Vessi. Now, like me, I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard of Vessi, the shoe that claims to be incredibly comfortable and waterproof on top of that. Well, these claims are really interesting to me because as a Canadian who walked around in a lot of snow, and as somebody who likes to go camping and hiking with his wife on the weekends, there's nothing more uncomfortable and horrible than walking around in wet feet. So after receiving my first pair of Vessis and noticing how incredibly good looking the shoes are and how mind-boggling comfortable and flexible they are, the first thing I did was I took them into the backyard to put it to the supreme waterproof test and dipped my feet in my pool. Guys, my feet were bone dry, and like 20 seconds after having them in the pool and I touched them, the shoes themselves were also bone dry. Guys, seriously, these shoes are stupidly comfortable, they look great, and they absolutely lived up to the claim of being waterproof and keeping my feet dry. I absolutely love my Vessi shoes. So guys, if you want shoes that are good looking, are ridiculously comfortable, and on top of all that waterproof, you need to head to vessi.com/Campea and get yourselves a pair today. Go to vessi.com/Campea and get shoes for your best summer yet.
Well, here's the thing. I agree with you about Beyonce. I mean, she's a queen. She is show business personified. But to use a metaphor, like she's a goddess.
Yeah. That
she exists on a heavenly plane. Where Taylor Swift is a demigoddess who comes down amongst the people. Like she's the kind of girl that, I mean, she's amazing. Her business acumen is beyond reproach. But she's the kind of girl that would like, say, have a pool party for her friends.
Yeah.
And invite all the neighborhood.
I would just for the record, I would go to Beyonce's pool party if she happened to invite me. Just saying.
But see, I just don't think I could ever exist in the goddess realm that Beyonce exists in. Whereas Taylor Swift, I might know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that might get me into her pool party.
Right.
Where I don't think I know anybody that could bring me up to Mount Olympus where Beyonce lives, if that makes any sense.
So Taylor Swift is like essentially in Lord of the Rings lore, she'd be like the wizards that came down, right? Like Gandalf. And
One of the
but
starry.
like Beyonce
Yep.
is the almighty like creator of Middle Earth and
I mean,
who brought forth life through music.
that. Yeah,
I'm a nerd.
Yes, she's one of the people Beyonce's one of the people that created Middle Earth. But like Taylor Swift is like Kate Blanchett, who will come up to you and say, "This is the light I'm giving you for the time when the darkness surrounds you."
But here's comes the ultimate question, though. Okay, it looks like Taylor Swift's thing in theaters is probably going to have $100 million opening weekend. Some places are projecting like 125. I'm on record saying I think you can go even higher than that. Can Beyonce's Renaissance tour movie, can it do those kinds of numbers, or can it just do really well but not quite $100 million opening weekend?
I think that first of all, Taylor Swift is having her moment on this Eras tour, and I think it's because Taylor Swift's your friend. If I was a 12-year-old girl, there'd be a possibility that Taylor Swift could be on my speed dial.
Right.
That somehow I might get to know her. Whereas, Beyonce, don't get me wrong, I'd love to hang out with Beyonce and Jay-Z. I mean, it would be a lot of fun to do that. I'd probably want to sing Numb with Jay-Z all the time,
They'd ask me to leave though.
Yeah, they'd ask me to leave. but I think that's I think Taylor Swift's appeal is she's like the every girl made good kind of thing. Whereas Beyonce, and by the way, Beyonce's been cool for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, she has had multiple phases in her career too.
Yeah, go all the way back to Destiny's Child.
Yeah.
She was like, she's been the hottest thing in the world for a long time.
See, maybe Destiny's Child, because that way, I believe I could maybe get to a Destiny's Child party. But I don't think I could go to a Beyonce party.
Beyonce did the impromptu Destiny's Child reunion at the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That was actually pretty cool.
It was awesome. That was awesome.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.